As Emily stood in her kitchen, she felt a familiar tug in her belly that prompted her to consider a late-night snack. But was it her stomach signaling real hunger, or was it just her tongue craving the sweet comfort of chocolate? To untangle this dilemma, she decided to turn inward and assess her body's cues more carefully. She began by tuning into her physical sensations. As she placed a hand on her stomach, she noted that the dull sensation she felt was more than just a passing urge. It was a growl, an emptiness that hinted at genuine hunger. However, the thought of chocolate crept into her mind, and she recognized that this could also be a sudden craving driven by desire rather than a need for sustenance. Remembering the importance of timing, she reflected on her earlier meals. It had only been a couple of hours since dinner, making her question whether her body actually required nourishment or if her mind was simply indulging in temptation. In a moment of mindfulness, Emily paused to breathe deeply and gauge her feelings. Was her stomach truly signaling its need? Or was the craving merely a desire for something pleasurable, a particular flavor or texture that had been on her mind? This brief pause helped clarify her thoughts, as she realized that the urgency felt like a desire to treat herself rather than a necessity for nutrition. Next, she recalled that dehydration sometimes masquerades as hunger. Deciding to quench her thirst, she poured a tall glass of water and slowly sipped it. As she waited for a few minutes, she noticed that the craving started to fade, confirming her suspicion that her body might have just needed hydration. Emily also considered the emotional triggers that often influenced her cravings. Was she feeling stressed from the day's challenges, or was she simply bored? When she recognized that her urge to snack was intertwined with her emotions, she understood that it was more about comfort for her tongue rather than a signal from her stomach. Determined to learn from this experience, she grabbed a notebook and began journaling her feelings and food intake. She noted the times when craving struck and how she felt at those moments. By documenting these patterns, she began to see a clearer picture of the difference between genuine hunger and emotional cravings over time. With newfound awareness, Emily felt more equipped to listen to her body. The next time she faced a craving, she would pause, reflect, and engage with her feelings, a journey towards understanding not only her appetite but herself. And as she looked at the chocolate bar on the counter, she smiled, knowing she could navigate her choices with greater mindfulness and clarity.